this is going to be a different type of video, as in this video I'm going to be going through an art book, which is going to be like a new series that's going to be on my channel. This is also an art channel as well as film and TV, so yeah, maybe it'll interest a bigger audience, who knows. But let's get into the video and let's look through this art book. So first we are going to be going through Jamie Hewlett's book. I think it just says Jamie Hewlett, so this is the cover, and got some very nice artwork, and this is the back. So yeah, Jamie Hewlett. Got to say that he's one of my main inspirations for what I do, which is more like an illustrator, animation sort of person. Like ever since I started an animation degree at university, Jamie Hewlett's always been number one of inspirations, and in a way got me through university, because in all honesty I didn't really have the best time at university. I was kind of wondering at times whether it was the right course, and yeah, his artwork has inspired me massively, because I do think it's quite different to the typical cartoony sort of illustrator sort of thing, and yeah, it's gets me through my tone. So yeah, let's look through this art book. Could be a long video because it's a very thick art book. It's like a brick. So yeah, it's got some nice red designs, the works of the last 25 years of Jamie Hewlett, and a few graphics here. So this is going to be the contents of his stuff. So the interview, Tank Girl, which is his second most well-known thing outside of Gorillas. A couple of other like things that he's done. So I'm not going to get too much detail of this. And yeah, let's go to the next page. So I think this is more like an index sort of thing. I think it's an interview, might just skip over that, rather get through the more visual stuff anyway. Yeah, don't know if I'll manage to get through all of this book, because I'm hoping my camera doesn't crash while going through it. I'm filming it on an iPad and there's already quite a lot of storage, or I might just like section it into like parts, maybe part 1, part 2, or more than that. So yeah, a nice graphic here. The things going on, I think there's a mixture of Tank Girl and Monkey Journey to the West, I think, and a few of his other stuff. Did a gallery show, which is one of the more recent things he's done. And the thing I like about Jamie Hewett's work, one of them is he gets his proportions spot on, really. Like he's got, I've always been jealous, like, how is he this good, like? So that's one of the things that I like about Jamie Hewlett, about his proportions and stuff. And he's a very graphic sort of artist. Like, I think that's something that I kind of get from him. Like, I go for like the bold, right in your face sort of look, the black lines, the inky sort of look, that dark humour as well. It's very much like a grown up sort of world, but you know, like a childlike sort of way. And that's the best way to put it. Very nice double page cover. So going into some of the Tank Girl sort of stuff. I just think he's too good, Jamie Hewlett. Some of the I think I need to read some Tank Girl sort of comics. I've asked for some for my birthday and Christmas presents, but never got any. So yeah, very nice stuff. There's probably people out there that's more knowledgeable about art and illustration and stuff. Like, I'm basically just starting out, really. One thing I would like to see is a Tank Girl animated series or a movie. I think they did make a movie in live action, but didn't really get high praise. But I think an animation would be really good. That's something I'd like to see, and also having interest in voice acting, I would like to be in it as well. So if whoever, maybe I should go and pitch it, because I've got the animation background while studying it and all that. So maybe I might go and pitch it, and that's something I'd like to do as well. Do some voice acting. Seems like quite a fun career choice. So got a few comic strips sort of stuff. More. I've read this book before, roughly, like I got it a couple of years ago. So I've read parts of it, like more like skimmed through it, and there is some really nice stuff there. And I think I'm gonna get some more. It just reminds me of how good Jamie Hewlett really is, how talented he is. Right. I think the way I draw characters, like I got that inspiration from James Hewlett, like my sort of style of drawing. Like not as good as him, but yeah, whoever's seen my artwork, which is on Instagram by the way, Ben Hayward Art, I think you might notice that I've taken quite a lot of inspiration from this guy, and yeah, I'd love to work with him one day on a project, something. But for now, I'm going to do this YouTube thing. 3 subscribers. Some really nice detail and shading here. And always liked this picture of his, the colours. That's something else. Like I've got inspiration from. Like I quite like using a lot of red. I don't usually use a lot of colours like I usually go for black and white, like you could tell with my theme on this YouTube channel that I like using a lot of black and white, a lot of gothic sort of styles, and I think that's partly from this. And if any colour I do use, it's usually like a red or a warm sort of colour, like a pinkish sort of red. I quite like that shade of red, like that shade of red is like the perfect shade for me, really. A nice red wine sort of look, and I like how it kind of bleeds across the page. These are like more simple, cartoony sort of stuff that he does. Like, he's more like a cartoonist, really, rather than like an animator, although he's most well known for Gorillas, which is best known for animation. He goes for these very alternative type of characters, like some right characters, and basically people you want to be friends with, or maybe not to be friends with, I don't know. And he's not afraid to go right in deep, like, you know, with all the bollocks where people easily get offended easily, and things like that. I think he's one of them that goes for his gut, and he's not afraid to offend people. He just fuck them anyway. So, for anyone that likes Jamie Hewlett has to be a little mad, which I'm definitely am anyway. And this is sort of what I go for, like thick black and white lines. I usually go for that look mainly. I just like it, you can't go wrong with it. Ever since doing my short film Bushman, which has recently been uploaded, I've kind of stuck with that style ever since, which for like a year or so now, and sort of my signature style, which I've been struggling to find for quite a few years. Just this sort of stuff as well, just one colours, just kind of simple but not at the same time, where it bleeds across the page, and yeah, it's great, fantastic work. Now this image, that's a piece of art right there. Nice veiny penis rocket thing. Have you seen this, Mum?
What?
Come here. Lovely image. Do you want to give your opinion on it? Gives a bit of critique to it. And that's Tank Girl's mutant kangaroo boyfriend. Not sure what he's called. Never really read the Tank Girl comics. Call myself a plastic fan, but he gives a shit. I certainly don't. I just like his style of drawings. And I think that's the end of the Tank Girl stuff there. I think I'll skip over the writing. Like, anyone that wants this book, I think I got it for like £29 sort of off Amazon. I think might have prices might have changed, but best thing I'd probably go for is Amazon. That's what I usually go for when I want books and stuff, and anything really. And yeah, so this is another comic series that he did. I'm not that familiar with it, I've just seen it around here and there. he has that typical very early 2000s sort of look. This just, yeah, it just throws me back to my childhood basically. And got some good memories. Another underrated thing back in the 2000s, which is kind of similar to this, is either The Invisible, which is by, it's like a Raymond Briggs animation, very underrated film. Not really heard much about it, but that's a big one from my childhood. Might review that one day. I might review these like smaller films, like shorts, like those short animations. There's one about 9/11 that I watched, which is just a gorgeous film, a lovely film. I might stick that on the channel and review it. So yeah, something for the future, I guess. Yeah, I've been struggling with getting an audience, but hopefully this is something a little new. Like going through art books, I've got quite a couple of art books I'm going to go through in the future, like John Michel Basquiat, Shepherd Fairey, Keith Haring, and this is probably the biggest one I've got by Jamie Hewlett, which is just like a fat brick. If this like fell on my head while I was going to get it, would have knocked me out straight away. He looks like Bez out the Happy Mondays. Could be. Like, I know he did like a strip on that pulp music video, Common People. I think it should have this mentioned in here. But yeah, it's very music related. Does a little bit of everything, which I do really. I can't really stick to one art form because I'm that much in love with the arts. I do. I aspire to do a bit of everything, like acting, music, drawing, all the lot. Got myself a synthesizer, which I've never used with my student loan. Hopefully, hoping that I can start producing some music out of it, maybe one day. But yeah, I'm that in love with the arts. I aspire to do a bit of everything really, and yeah, a bit mad. Just looks like Bez out the Happy Mondays, this guy. Definitely there, sunken cheekbones and stuff. Don't know if you can get a better view of it here. Oh yeah, some nice colours these. Just worried if this camera's going to crash halfway through. If it does, I might just split it into two parts. If this video gets any views anyway, because the most views I get from my channel anyway is probably me just reviewing it, seeing like what my content's any good or any of that stuff. But yeah, if anyone ever does come across this video, feel free to comment. I think part of the reason I set up this YouTube channel is to be part of the YouTube community, make some friends, have similar interests to me, because I don't think there's many people that have similar interests to me in where I live especially. bit of a boring, shitty town and stuff, but yeah. Feel free to comment. And if you're not some creepy weirdo or stalker, I'd like to maybe invite you onto my channel one day. I think I might have secured my first guest for the Midnight podcast, but nothing's certain yet. See what happens. But if it does, I'm excited because it's really good YouTuber. But when it actually happens, I'll announce it. But yeah, fantastic YouTuber. Comes across as a really lovely lady. So yeah, something I'm looking forward to having. Probably the most down-to-earth YouTuber that I've watched anyway. That's a young Murdoch Nichols. Although he's a Satanist, I do love doing impressions of him. Like, Murdoch Nichols here. Like, that's a character I'd love to voice one day. The original actor needs replacing, but yeah, I can tell what he was all about back in his youth. That's one of my favourite illustrations of Jamie Hewlett's right there. And I love this image, a young 2D. And yeah, the typical shite banter you get up to when you're 11. I'm gay. That's the level of banter you get up to at that age. Bunch of little fucking cunts. Getting into the Gorillaz stuff. And here we've got Captain Howdy from The Exorcist. If anyone's watched The Exorcist, you would recognise him. Which I've also reviewed on the Midnight podcast, but I think I barely have an audience for that anyway. And forgot his name now. I did know it, but I've forgotten it. Russell with some chicken. Don't know if he is planning to cook it or something, and that's Russell's mate who died, I think, and he just is a spirit that lives in his body or something. So like the early days of Gorillaz back in the early 2000s. I've got that album, forgot what it's called, but I've got it upstairs anyway. Thing is about Gorillaz, good music and good animation, good artwork as well. And I think this is like the kids from the music video, can't remember what it's called. I'm always forgetting what things are called. Goes like that. Dirty Harry, that's what it's called. She's named after a Clint Eastwood film. The Dirty Harry Choir. And here's Little Noodle. Yeah, Dirty Harry. Going for that referencing that Stanley Kubrick film. Forgot what it's called. Should know that my memory's bad by now, whoever watches my stuff anyway. But yeah. It's like the Meat is Murder album cover from the Smiths. This is an interesting illustration where he's eating noodle wires or something. closer look. Get a proper look. Just like how the shading of his work, just how he does it. And here's Murdoch Nichols, and Russell. Don't fuck with him. It's looking like I might be doing a two-parter of this, if I ever do the second part. But yeah, so I'll probably do a two-part because it's that big, it's that thick, and there's just too much really good artwork in this book. Might try and get some artworks of like proper artists like Haddon Sunbloom, which is probably my favourite painter. Does like the Coca-Cola paintings. Does the Coca-Cola Father Christmas. Just makes me want to have a nice ice cold can of Coke. Yeah, he's probably my favourite painter. Character based as well. I've been trying to attempt his style recently, but I'm not quite as good yet. Yeah, he's got some crazy ideas, this Jamie Hewlett. Some post-apocalyptic sort of stuff. Something I've been doing, doing fancy sort of worlds, but taking little bits, like a little steampunk sort of Victorian sort of world in black and white, and using some of the industrial industry, as I am from Manchester and it's the heart of the industrial industry of the north and all that. I've been incorporating some of that into my work. Some more guerrilla stuff, and the line of action, just everything's spot on. I've always struggled with line of action and stuff. I'm getting better, but I think I'm one of them people that doesn't really follow rules at all, really, and just do what I feel like, and it just comes natural. I've kind of got a good eye for visual aesthetics, but following rules, don't expect me to follow many rules, and that's where I struggled at university. It's from the Plastic Beach album, this, which is my first Gorillaz album that I bought. When I did listen to Gorillaz when Feel Good Inc. first came out, which I think attracted most fans, especially my generation anyway. They're my generation of youth anyway, Gorillaz. People who are now in their early 20s, maybe 30s, probably listen to a lot of Gorillaz. Probably a lot of teenagers back in the early 2000s, which would be probably pushing mid-30s by now. Yeah. Like I've used pop culture and reference stuff in their artwork, like fashion, clothing and stuff like that. Subculture as well. Jamie Hewlett seems to incorporate a lot of that into his work, especially with Gorillaz, which is like mocking pop culture, like music videos, like the pop music world. The bollocks you see in that in Hollywood, probably go into the forest and do sex rituals or something dodgy like that. Another wild image here that screams in your face. These like some spook that appeared in Plastic Beach, one of the main villains. Yeah, some good tunes on the Plastic Beach album. do a lot of collaborations with a lot of artists. Something I'd like to see them collaborate is probably the Avalanches or something. Chemical Brothers, that's who I listen to at the moment. Incorporating David Bowie. And, so I've managed to get up to half an hour through the video, and just almost halfway through, I guess, so who knows. I'll do as much as I can anyway, try and get through the whole book, but I'm not going to have a peace of mind until this is up on YouTube, and even better if it attracts any views. Some more, like, I think, concept art here. I've seen this before, storyboards. Some green sort of colour. Even though I mentioned I didn't have the best time at uni, didn't have the best time in education whatsoever, but some fucking miracle managed to get a degree out of it, which I never thought I would. But me and education, or just the normal world, just don't click whatsoever. And yeah, that's probably going to be my downfall. Someone of them that just likes to do what he feels like, go his own pace and all that. Got into a load of arguments at uni because of it. Stupid fucking bullshit. Do you remember first seeing the music video? What, the main one for Plastic Beach? That's a nice picture. Some like digital collages. It's another thing that I like from Jamie Hewlett. Which is this guy right here, if you didn't know. Did like a 3D CGI music video. Belter of a tune, by the way, with Andre 2000. I don't know. But either way, he's got some good tunes on his CV, on his resume. So another sort of like digital collage sort of style, which I've been incorporating a bit in my work. Just one of the most unique artists around, really. Has to be said. Now this is some disturbing sort of poster. Some weird cult sort of thing. Inglorious Technicolour. Might incorporate something like that into my channel, like I do like incorporating some like vintage Hollywood movie style sort of stuff. Nice digital collages. Might put that as in the video, Inglorious Technicolour, because it is in colour this, because got to show the beauty of this artwork, or the beautiful disaster, the beautiful mess of Jamie Hewlett's head. Got a zombie Elvis, some weird Jimi Hendrix sort of thing. Fucking Jamie Hewlett. Sid Vicious. Fuck me. I think this is going to go into some different stuff from Jamie Hewlett life. Fucking, just look how nice this is. This is why he's one of my favourite artists, because he does a bit of everything. Something that's in the complete opposite vein of Gorillaz. And it's just a true illustrative artist, and this is just fucking great. Just a great piece of work. This is why he's one of the best artists around for me. That's why he's one of the biggest inspirations. I've heard that he drew these just on a cardboard box or something, or some scraps that he found on his visit there, and he does some like life drawing sort of things. And this is the talent, the level of talent you're talking about, Jamie Hewlett. Seriously nice stuff there. This is some of his best stuff. This is some of my favourite stuff of his anyway. I do like this. And I think he did something more recently where he just does some pine trees, and even that is interesting because it's Jamie Hewlett with the patterns and stuff. I'm going to say it, Jamie Hewlett's probably Banksy. This is like a Banksy level drawing. I just love it. Such nice artwork, and you can see it's on like an envelope or something. That's what I've heard. Just creating art with anything you can find. You don't have to have all the money in the world. Like, that's something I've kind of learnt. People like Jean-Michel Basquiat doing art on like doors that have been fly tipped in the streets. Like I do something a little similar to that. Draw on anything that I can find. And he's also dabbled into the theatre world, where he did an opera with Damon Albarn from Gorillaz and Blur, doing Monkey Journey to the West. It's just some nice concepts. Just some lovely illustrations. Do you want to have a look, Mum? Why? It's nothing rude. Yes, just some more. Just lovely character, line of action. Just lovely work. Yeah, he does. He like that's something I'd like to do. I'm more of like the illustrator, but dabble into other art forms like theatre, opera. Something I would like to do one day. Music. I've heard he even writes some Gorillaz music as well, which is unheard of from a cartoonist. more illustrations. And yeah, some poster sort of things. These are nice. These are the sort of stuff I like. Just them colours, man. A bit of red and a bit of blue, some lighting. This is nice. And I just like how he just does side profiles. And we're just looking at you, just a dirty little look from them, dirty little stare. Yes, just some great work here. Look, I just like the poses that he does. Just these characters, just fucking hell, some mad characters. And this was supposed to be like a short film that he was supposed to do. Adolf Hitler, the fashion student. Fucking hell, that's a film I would have liked to watch. Well, that's something that I'd probably got inspiration, just some mad shit like this. Have you seen this, Mum? Fucking Hitler, the fashion student. That's something I would have fucking hell. Yeah, I think I've gotten through most of this book, which is surprising. 42 minutes of worth. And fucking hell, if this just doesn't save because there's no storage, I'm gonna go fucking mad. I like these as well. Seen this on Instagram, but like more of a close up. Something I like Edward Kelly, something. I thought it was like a William Shakespeare or something at first. No, just some proper art, some proper cartoons. Not really seen these before, but yeah, these are kind of different. Yeah, and if you do follow Jamie on Instagram, he's probably got one of the most interesting Instagrams out there. And yeah, I really do like this. This is my sort of kind of an illustration, a semi-realistic sort of look. Fucking love this. Love that piece of art. Nice portrait. This is a little that Jamie Hewlett sort of thing, a little simple and a little bit messy. Well, yeah, that's Jamie Hewlett at his best for me. That's such nice work. Draws a lot of attractive women as well. Does know how to capture the beauty. I don't know if this is like a model or a film that he based this on. Yeah. Thing is with Jamie Hewlett is I like to see a lot of him direct a lot of films because I think they would be very good, but he hasn't. he doesn't really do a lot anyway other than gorillas. Like, not anymore. Probably more like when he did Tank Girl and all that. I think because Tank Girl flopped, no, or the movie anyway, that kind of gave him a bit of a bad reputation. But this is what I'm talking about. This is some proper work. This is Jamie Hewlett at his best. Fucking love it. Just a mixture of these little typical cartoony characters and some proper, like, portraity sort of stuff as well. Just really nice stuff. Just does a little bit of everything, and you can tell, even though he does different stuff, you can tell that it's a Jamie Hewlett piece of work. It's just really good work. Might just pause this video and make sure it's. I think this is something a little child friendly, which is probably rare from Jamie Hewlett. Not even gorillas isn't really that child friendly, not at all. Even though I sort of heard an interview that he made gorillas for kids, but is it? It's not really. Maybe for adults that act like kids, which is definitely my sort of people. Even like when he does like graphic photography, poster sort of stuff, it's just so nice. It's really nice stuff. And even I dabble into a little bit of photography as well. This is something I did for a vodka company, which I did use as inspiration for a college project when I was designing craft beer labels. I was looking at these, and something that I might want to do in the future, design some actual beer label. Disturbing, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I think we're almost all the way through this book, which is a miracle. I'm hoping that it not going to crash. It's another comic strip that I'm not that familiar with. Some random doodles. Seen that before. Not really seen these before. Really like this as well. This is a nice illustration. Might try and get into some more life drawing and drawing in public. Don't want some knobhead coming across, which you probably will get in Manchester, just pushing my canvas over or something. Just pain in the arse, people are a pain in the arse in general. Not really the biggest fan of people, if you haven't noticed already. Get a lot of wankers out there. Always has the upside down cross on, doesn't it? These characters. Says a lot of these characters, really. Just absolute fucking nutcases. Shouldn't be getting inspiration from his work as a Christian anyway, or someone that's been brought up as one. Do like this, so really nice. Monkey Journey to the West, something that looks like. Not really done a lot of drawing in a while. I've not really been in the mood for it, but might start doing a bit more. Maybe if I'm in the mood for it. When this COVID's over, I might look into doing like some animation internship or something. Won't mind going abroad, but it's not that easy at the moment. This is one of his more recent stuff. It goes more recent the more you get into the book. I remember seeing an interview of these part of like Suggestionist exhibition, which I think is his first art gallery exhibition that he's done. Plenty of character. Won't mind at least an animated series on something. Like they haven't even done it like anything on Gorillas, which has been rumours, but I don't know why, because he's one of the best artists around though. He's got to be loaded as well after all this, because he seems like he does whatever he wants anyway, Jamie Hewlett. Interesting stuff. This is getting into the part where he started designing like pornographic posters soon, which is part of his Suggestionists exhibition. Doing some like erotic pornographic posters. Don't know if that's his wife because he's married to like some French actress. She looks a bit like that. She's got an interesting Instagram as well, similar to Jamie Hewlett. I might do some art based on erotic pictures one day. I think I've dabbled into that sort of stuff recently as well. I might start doing more. Why not? Quite like my women anyway, probably a bit too much. I'm not ashamed, don't really care. Honey Pie, very interesting name for a porno. Yeah, he's got balls of steel doing these because a lot of people get offended with these sort of stuff. Shouldn't be, because nothing offensive about this, it's natural. Even men's bodies can, who gives a shit? It's just the body, it's natural. Wake Up Honey. I do like the typography that he does as well, like that. The fonts, I really do like it. Honey, every single porno poster I did has honey in it. Call me honey. Interesting. Yeah, I do like some posters. And we're getting into the pine trees sort of thing, which is more simple, but still. Look at these, look at them patterns, man. I did look at these illustrations for inspiration, though, for Bushman, my short film, going into the New Zealand bushes. I've been looking at these for inspiration. Couldn't quite pull them off, but yeah, hopefully one day. Just love the shading, just the shadows, the patterns. Something as simple as drawing pine trees, but it's just still so great. Still as much character as like doing the people. You know, just really good work. This is some of his best stuff for me. Just semi-realistic. It's like photographs in a way almost, because they're that good. Like black and white photographs, just crisp. So nice, just really nice stuff there. Plenty of character, just the shapes of them. Got some like tracing paper sort of stuff there. Don't know what these are all about. Probably just rough sketches printed on tracing paper, which is interesting. It's like owning a piece of original work in a way, but no, it's got to be printed. Make some nice designs where you can see through them as well. All nice and sketchy and stuff. Probably, I don't know if he did this, but he's probably got some good curating knowledge. Something I might get into one day. Maybe do a curating job, something. Maybe that's something I might be good at. A bit of colour in here. Not sure where my battery's up to, but should be alright, I think. Don't know how he's this good at drawing. Like, I'd be so stressed out trying to do these. Yeah, I'd probably be ripping the paper up doing all this. Just a couple of like photographs of Jamie Hewlett. I think I've not missed anything. Yeah, that's Jamie Hewlett. some photographs of him and his work and working and all that. Nice graphics on here, nice design. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Yeah, that's the end. It's really good stuff. So yeah, that's the end of looking through Jamie Hewlett's art book. Some really good stuff. Gonna do some more. Yeah, that's how big it is. Just see what it's just a brick. But yeah, it's nice stuff in there. If you haven't already, give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you again for another art book review. But out of 10, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 easy. Really, just a really nice, simple book of his career for the last 20-30 years. Don't know how long specifically, but yeah, that's it from me, and goodbye. He's coming up, 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 he's coming up. It's there.